What's popping, y'all? It's your girl Mickay. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I have missed your beautiful face so much. I'm sorry about the inconsistency, but now that we all in the house, now that outside is closed, I am all yours. So as y'all can tell by the title and just by what's going on in this world, what I will talk about in this video, which is COVID-19, aka the coronavirus, aka Rona, aka Coco, whatever you want to call it. I have, everyone has been experiencing a lot of things due to this new virus that has come up in the past few months. Basically, everyone's trying to adapt to this new lifestyle of being at home and not going to work and having their everyday busy lives. And the experience is different for everybody, and I recognize that, and whatever it is that you are feeling because of the situation is completely valid. Everyone is kind of taking it differently, and that's the reality of things. And so some people are not taking it well, some people are taking it very well. Some people, such as myself, were not taking it well at first, but have grown to see a lot of positives out of this situation, because I was literally digging myself into a hole. And I needed to get out of that. So I'm now seeing some positivity in the situation for myself. So basically, I have 3 large talking points or topics that I really want to get into, just to uplift and kind of try to spread some positivity, as much positivity as I can. Everybody is going through a lot of different emotions and a lot of things that people are experiencing, and people are experiencing a lot because of this whole situation. And so I acknowledge that, but I do want to spread some light because I feel like we really need it right now. So the first thing that I want to talk about, as I mentioned in the beginning, is that I was digging myself into a hole, and I needed to get up out of there because it was not looking cute. So when this whole virus started becoming very, I guess you could call it mainstream, or just was in my face, on social media, on the news, everybody was talking about it, was, I would say, a week or 2 before we were supposed to leave from spring break. So late February, early March. And then spring break started, let's give you a timeline here. So spring break started on Monday, I think the 16th or something. So that Friday, I was leaving New York in my dorm to go to Boston to visit my family, to be with them for spring break. That was already a part of my plan. And then I was supposed to go to Virginia so I was supposed to be in Boston for half of spring break and then go to Virginia for half of spring break. But because I was watching the news, I started panicking. I was just kind of all over the place mentally. I was not feeling okay, and there was just a lot of negativity on social media, on the news, just all up in my face, that I just made the decision, also for my health too, just to make sure that I was not exposing myself. I was not risking coming into contact with so many people or anything like that. I canceled my trip to Virginia. I was I'm gonna just stay in Boston for this time. So I made the decision to just stay in Boston for spring break. And then we had gotten a letter or an email from NYU saying that we would return back to school. I think it was a week after we were supposed to originally return from spring break. So I packed up some more stuff, whatever, and I went home to Boston on Friday. And honestly speaking, when I was traveling to Boston from New York, I was very, very nervous and very anxious and just scared overall, just because of everything that I had been hearing on social media, on the news, things that I was looking up. I was keeping up with the CDC website. I was continuously Googling things about this virus, just trying to get a better understanding. A lot of my family members work in hospitals and doctors' offices, so I was asking them what's your advice in terms of traveling right now, blah, blah, blah. So this was before this became huge like it is right now. I feel I haven't even been watching the news, but when I did watch the news last week, the numbers were crazy. And I know I've just been seeing recently that the numbers are, it's getting really wild right now. But yeah, so I was really, really nervous, and that was not good for my mental health and my mental well-being, and just overall for my body, and just feeling I wasn't safe somewhere, literally anywhere. So yeah, so I got to Boston, and then on Monday, NYU sent out an email saying that I'm pretty sure saying that we would not be returning back to school for the remainder of the school year. And so I was already anxious. I was already basically feeling very, very down, very depressed, just like not okay about the entire situation. I was worrying about my grandparents. I was worrying about those of my friends who are immunocompromised, those of my friends who have health issues. I was just worrying about, like, what is this virus and why is it, like, how is it spreading so fast and how is it making such an impact in the world where we're now closing down school, like, for the remainder of the semester. So all of that was making me panic, and I just was like so uneasy because I had just gotten to Boston. I was there for a few days, and then now I had to risk basically getting this coronavirus because I had to go back to school and pack up my dorm and go back home. And that in itself made me really nervous. Thankfully, my dad was available until we drove up to New York. I think it was on like Wednesday morning, got my stuff. We were in and out. We were there, like we were in my room for like an hour, and we packed up everything because we were just like, we gotta go. Like, we gotta go. We actually left Boston at 4 a.m., got to New York at like 8:30, and then we were on the road back to Boston at like 10:15. Like, and that was after we got breakfast. Like, we were not playing any games. I was like, I need to just hurry up and get out of here. I went with like gloves and just like made sure that we were extra careful. I brought my Lysol spray because I sprayed every single thing down once we got into the car. Like, and this was like my panic. Like, this was what I was doing because I was panicking because of like everything just being thrown at me. And so when I had gotten back to Boston, I was like, no, like, we can't keep doing this. I just was not feeling well at all. Like, I was so sad. I felt so like helpless. Like, I felt like I couldn't help, like I couldn't do anything about the situation. While honestly, now that I'm like thinking about it, I am like doing things to help the situation, which is social distancing, which is like not going to places that I don't need to be at. The only place I have literally gone is Walmart and Target because those are grocery stores and we go to get food there. That's it. But yeah, so I was digging a hole for myself and I had to get out of that. So basically, I just like changed my attitude and how I looked at the situation, and I tried to really take positives out of it, and that's exactly what I'm going to talk about for the remainder of this video, just how I got through, or how I am getting through this whole situation, literally taking it day by day. First like topic or like whatever that I want to talk about is how I've been keeping myself sane since I finally realized like I need to be okay and I cannot continue to like just be sad, because like that's not good for me. Like, I know where I'd be ending up when I do stuff like that, and like I just am not trying to go there right now. So I've been taking 20-minute walks outside. We're supposed to social distance. That doesn't mean that we cannot go outside in our neighborhood and take a walk and breathe and listen to music. You can do things like that, but if you see someone, for example, walking your way, you can make the decision to cross the street or walk like into the street if you don't see any cars coming, 6 feet apart, and then go back onto the sidewalk, whatever the decision is that you want to make. But I know for busier like cities like New York specifically, it might be difficult for you to like walk around or anything like that. But I will say, because the streets are empty, you might be able to just go outside. Like, I don't know if you have like a front balcony or like just like the sidewalk that's in front of wherever it is that you're staying, and just even stand there. Like, you don't even have to go for a walk, but even if you just stand there and take in some natural air and take some minutes to breathe in and out, to think some positive thoughts, listen to music. I've been listening to music on my little walks. I'd be singing out loud. Like, I'm just like trying to express myself because I don't want to feel like I'm stuck. I've been really occupied with schoolwork. During the time where I was like down was spring break specifically, and I did nothing and I didn't want to do anything, and I was very unmotivated, and I was like, you know, basically like, this is all stupid, and I was just so frustrated that I was not motivated to do anything. So then I had to kind of like not play catch up, but I really had to focus once classes started again. And I will say now specifically, I have like projects coming up, and presentations. So I'm just trying to like just keep myself occupied with my schoolwork, and 1 or 2 classes specifically I really like, so I don't mind the work. Honestly, it's just one class I'd be like, oh my god, I cannot do this, but still just have to push through. I've been focusing more on like what is the next step. Although we don't know the future, I am still thinking about the future, because it could come, it could not, but there is a possibility that it could come. And so I've been thinking about grad school, and so I've been kind of consuming my time. Like yesterday, I think I probably spent like 4 hours looking at grad school programs for what I want to study, getting advice from people. And last week I actually got on the phone with someone who is an alumni at a grad school that I'm really interested in, and so I spoke with her for an hour, just doing some things to pass time. I've been FaceTiming a lot of my friends and family, honestly just talking to people more, which I value and I'm honestly appreciative of. And honestly, I'm trying to talk to them about things other than the virus, whether it be new shows on Netflix, new face masks. Like my grandma tried out a face mask that I used, the Aztec clay and the apple cider vinegar mixed together. She was so cute. Like my aunt took a picture of her and she was just sitting so peacefully. And I know she's really worried about the virus because she is in the older, age group. And so like, I just was so happy that she was now like at peace, even if it was just for the 15-20 minutes that she had the mask on, but like she just looked so peaceful. That in itself like brought joy to my heart. So just little things that like we're giving each other, that we're passing around. As hard as like not talking about the virus might seem, like it is very beneficial. And another thing that I have coming up is my friends and I, we are gonna do a Netflix watch party. I've been seeing people post about it on like Twitter, Instagram, and I was like, that's so cool. Like when you're on the phone and you're trying to watch a movie at the same time, you can hear the other person, you're like, oh, you have to mute yourself. But like this way, you don't have to be on the phone, and it's just like a chat. You can make comments and you're literally watching the same exact movie with your friends as if y'all were together. It's an alternative. It's not, it's not being with other people, but it is an alternative to feeling like you are with your loved ones. And I've been praying a lot. Me and God have been talking so much, and that's another reason why I'm honestly very appreciative of this whole thing. Or one of the things that I'm really trying to appreciate and see as a positive thing is that I have a lot of time to just be quiet, to be still. And so I've just been taking that time to pray and talk to God, and also like thanking him for things that I haven't thanked him for before, and just being more grateful and appreciative for the small things that I have, for the roof over my head, like just all of that, and thanking him for keeping my family safe during this time, and just asking that he kind of like do whatever needs to be done to help this situation and help the people who are being so affected. And by doing so, honestly, by praying and just looking for like toward better things and just trying to fix the circumstance as much as I can, and not dwell on the horrible things that are happening because of it, I have really like gotten myself out of that funk that I was in just like 2 weeks ago. So I am very grateful for the time I have had to like reflect and just be still and just like, yeah. And so the last thing that I wanted to bring into this video is just ways that I basically went from feeling super depressed, super helpful, to now feeling okay again and sane, and just coping mechanisms basically with the whole change of the world. And it's been quite a drastic change, but I just wanted to list out some ways maybe you haven't tried some of these things and you can try them to kind of help with this whole situation. So the first thing is to spend a lot of time with yourself. I know that can be a negative thing too, like you can then start to think about a lot of things and drive yourself down a hole like I was, but I mean in the sense of like just thinking about the big picture here. Try to think about what's next for you, where are you going, try to think about where you are right now and what you can get out of this situation in terms of helping yourself. The next thing is to journal. Write out your frustrations. I wrote a few days ago, and I wrote this long journal entry to myself because I was mad. I was angry, I was sad, I was frustrated with this whole entire situation. I was frustrated with decisions being made by other people that fully impacted my life, that fully impacted my mental health. And I was just angry at the fact that I kind of felt so out of control, like I was no longer able to control my situation. And so I wrote that all out, and all that frustration kind of just got poured onto a paper instead of just building up inside of me. I talk to my family and friends very often, more often than I do when I'm actually at school because I'm away and I'm so busy. But now when I'm finished with my homework, there's not RA stuff that I have to do or this other task that I have to do. So it's I have the time to really talk to these people. So I'm going to take advantage of that time that I have to speak to people that I love. The next thing that I would suggest is reading things that interest you. I bought 2 books once this whole thing started because I was well, now I got time to read for fun, because that's something that I always hated about being so busy with school stuff, that I could never read for fun. I could just never read and lay down on my bed before I was going to sleep or whatever and read something that actually interested me. And so now I am able to do that, and that kind of takes up some time too, but it also helps me stay sane because I'm reading stories about other people instead of watching the news, instead of consuming myself with information that will make me sad. Next thing I would recommend is listening to a lot of music. I've been listening to so much music, and I'm not even a new music kind of person. I kind of stick with what I already know and what I already listen to, and I just keep listening to those things. But I've actually been keeping up with new releases, talking to my friends about the new songs that are coming out. Yeah. So just listening to music to kind of keep myself sane, whether it be out loud, whether it be with headphones, whatever it is. I try to just keep myself grounded. As you can see right now, I'm sitting on the floor. Before, when I was in the other setting, I was also sitting on the floor. Literally being grounded as in sitting on the floor. I think it was on Thursday, I went through all my classes literally just sitting on the floor, just trying to feel as grounded as I literally possibly could. And one more thing that I have been very happy to kind of do during this time of social distancing and just having more time is that I've been engaging and checking in with my followers on Instagram a lot recently in terms of doing my polls of how are you feeling. I've been spreading resources about COVID-19, especially in the beginning. Whenever I saw anything about a food bank, whenever I saw anything about financial hardship during this time, loss of job, whatever it might be, if you needed childcare, all of that stuff, I was just spreading all the information. And so I think I kind of have formed more of a community on my Instagram, which I am very happy about. This video, really the purpose of it is just to explain to you all that even though the earth, this world has literally changed, this is an experience that I never even imagined, I'd even think possible, and it's so out of our control that there are, as much as it may seem impossible, there are still ways to take control over your life, to take control over your time, over your body, yourself. You are responsible for solely you. Take the time to really just give yourself all it is that you need during this time. Give yourself so much love, so much praise, just great energy, because you really do deserve it. We are all literally going through a life-changing experience, something that probably many of us had never thought could really happen. And so it's taking a toll on a lot of people. I feel like everyone basically at this point. It definitely did take a toll on me. But I'm just trying my best to stay out of what I know could possibly come. And just trying to be okay and distract myself and keep myself busy in ways that benefit me, that feed me and my soul and my body and my mind. So yeah, I am sending you so much light, so much love, If you have any resources that you know of that you feel that people don't know about and they need to know about regarding this COVID-19 and how it could positively affect households or people or their wallets or whatever it may be, please send it my way and I'll be sure to advertise it on my Instagram. I am sending you so much love, so much positivity, high vibrations. I hope that you are healthy, that you are safe wherever it is that you are. I hope that you feel well and that you feel grounded and that you find ways to cope with what is happening in this world. I wish you guys all the best, and I will probably see you very, very soon, because now that I have time on my hands, one goal of mine is to put out content as much as I can. I love you guys. Thank you so much for supporting me. I hope that you are really, really, really doing okay. And if you're not, I'm a DM away. I always say it. If you want to talk, hit me up. I'm free. As free as can be, honestly. So, yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that bell button so that way you get notified every single time I upload a video. I love you guys so, so, so much. Stay safe. Stay healthy. Drink water. Take your walk outside. Listen to music. Do whatever it is you need to do to be okay. All right, guys, I'll see you next time. Bye.